Long, long ago, before our ancestors walked the earth, the weather was always warm, and the animals lived in happiness. Then one day the earth suddenly became cold, and white sparkling flakes fell from the sky, covering the earth with white softness. The animals, seeing snow for the first time, were not afraid. Soon the snow grew deeper, and the mouse disappeared. All that could be seen was the tip of his tail, and the other animals began to get worried. The rabbit disappeared. All that could be seen were the tips of his ears, and by now the rest of the animals were really worried. So the animals met in council, gathering together in a clearing deep in the forest to discuss the situation. They decided that what was needed was for a messenger to travel up to the home of the Great Spirit, the Creator, and ask him to stop the snow. They asked among themselves, who is willing to make the journey to that distant dwelling place of the Creator? Opossum said, Owl is the wisest, perhaps he should be the one to go. But no, the animals whispered, he might get lost in the light of day. So Owl should go. Then Beaver said, perhaps Raccoon should go. No. The animals argued, he might follow his tail instead of his nose. So Raccoon should not go. The Skunk said perhaps Coyote should go. No. The animals shouted, Coyote is clever and loves to play tricks. He might chase the clouds, or follow the wind. So Coyote should not go. Then the animals made all kinds of noise. They screeched and howled, hooted and growled, because they couldn't decide who should make the journey to the dwelling place of the Creator and ask him to stop the snow. In the meantime, the snow got deeper, and the small animals climbed on top of the taller animals, so they wouldn't disappear, just as the animals were in their greatest despair, from the top of a tall tree. Raven flew down among them, in the sweetest voice they had ever heard from a bird. Raven said, I will go. The animals were so happy to have a messenger that they sang many songs of praise to him. The raven flew into the sky, above the snow, and the winds, beyond the clouds, the moon and the stars. For 3 days he flew, until at the dwelling place of the Creator, but the Creator was too busy to notice him. So Raven began to sing. Upon hearing the singing of such a beautiful song, upon seeing Raven, the Creator said, such a gift of song that you have given to me, I give a gift to you. Tell me what you choose to have. Raven knew that far below, on the earth, the snow was getting so deep that soon all the animals would disappear, so he asked the Creator to stop the snow. The Creator replied, no, Raven, I cannot stop the snow, for the snow has a spirit of its own. When the snow spirit leaves the clouds to visit with his friend the wind spirit, the snow will stop, but earth will still be cold. So Raven asked the Creator to stop the cold, but the Creator said no, Raven, I cannot stop the cold. All I can do is give you the gift of fire. Fire will keep you warm and melt the snow, so that your friends will be content until warm weather returns. The Creator picked up a stick and set it on fire by sticking it into the sun. Then he handed it to Raven, saying, I will give you this gift only once. Now hurry. Fly back to Earth before the fire goes out. Off flew Raven. On the first day, as he was flying down to Earth, sparks from the fire burnt and darkened his tail feathers. On the second day, the fire burned brighter, and the stick grew shorter, full of Raven's feathers, became blackened with soot. On the third day, the stick of fire was so short, and the fire so hot, that smoke and ash blew into his voice, and it became cracked and hoarse. Caw caw, he croaked upon returning to the clearing in the forest, where Raven had left the other animals. They were nowhere to be seen, only the tops of the tallest trees were above the snow. So Raven flew down close to the snow, and around he went, until the fire had melted the snow, and his animal friends were safe. This stick of fire, that Raven had brought to Earth as a gift from the Creator, became grandfather to all fires, and for this all the animals gave thanks to him. They danced, and sang songs, praising Raven, but Raven flew alone to a distant tree, where he wept, for he was no longer beautiful, and could no longer sing sweet songs. His rainbow-colored feathers were gone forever, when the snow spirit emptied the clouds, and joined the wind spirit. The snow stopped. Raven was still weeping. No longer was he beautiful. Now the Creator heard Raven in his despair and came down from the sky. When he saw Raven he said, "Soon man will appear on the earth. He will take fire, and be master of all. But you, for being so brave and unselfish, I now give you the gift of freedom. Men will never hurt you, for your meat tastes like fire and smoke. Men will never capture you, for your beautiful voice is now crackly and hoarse. Man will never value your feathers, because your rainbow colors are now black, but black feathers will shine and reflect all the colors. If you look closely you will see." Raven looked, and he saw many tiny rainbows shining in his black feathers, and so he was satisfied. The Creator returned to his dwelling far above the sky, and Raven returned to his friends in the forest happy and proud that he was now just a black bird with shining feathers full of tiny rainbows.